I'm guessing. And I need to slow down. I noticed yesterday, as long as I keep my foot up there, even though I got the cruise on, I'll try to hit the gas, because you know me, I'm heavy-footed, especially when I got these sneakers on. And I'm on my way to Winston to the hospital. It's 11:06 a.m. It's 68 degrees. And that's about it. I wasn't speeding. I'm thinking the speed limit's 55, but now it's 65. So I can speed up just a little bit. I noticed yesterday on the hills, when I would go down, that's when it would beep. So I'm going to try to set it somewhere where it won't do that today while I'm talking to you. And the only reason I'm filming this video is because it helps me to not think too serious. You know, if I'm just talking, it doesn't bother me as much. And you know, I'll just go ahead and tell you, I may be all over the place in this video. I may tell you what I watched, you know, last night, or what I had on in the background, or I may tell you something else. I don't know. I'm just going to be all over the place. I'll put it that way. If you watch it all, that's great. If you don't, then I completely understand. But this is just for my mental state. The only thing I know this morning is that her heart rate jumped up one time last night to 170. You know, it's not been uncommon for the past few months for it to jump up to 150 pretty easily. And then it'll go back down. You know, she is an AFib and all that stuff. They are you know, and it could have been from the trying to taper down off the steroids, because they are trying to taper down off the steroids, and they're moving into heart medication and blood thinners to see if that will help her heart, because they think the heart may be playing more a part in the demand of so much oxygen right now, more than the actual breathing. You know, they're now no longer saying COPD. They're more saying, and I don't know if I can say this right, intestinal lung disease. I think it's just a new word they've come out with for different lung diseases. You know, it's from scarring on the lungs, and, you know, I think they had another, you know, word for it for a while, but now that disease is part of this conglomerate name. You know, like my fibromyalgia is part of mixed connective tissue disease, if they feel like you have more than one. And, you know, for years they thought I had that and lupus, but luckily the lupus has come out only once, and then we decided it was medication that I was on for blood pressure. So anyway, you know, as I've said before, she was a heavy smoker for years. And, you know, I mean, it's just like, you know, when you look at the causes, of course, smoking is one, but it also can say environment. You know, if you worked in an environment that had chemicals, and I mean, she did. She worked in a laboratory for years. You know, a laboratory with poultry. And, you know, there are all kinds of chemicals in there. They never wore masks. I mean, so, I mean, you just don't really know what, you know, you can say it's smoking, you can say it's something else. It's just life. I mean, that's what it all boils down to, is that sooner or later, something is going to take your life. Whether it's your body wears out, or, you know, it's just not something that you can blame something on. You can live right, eat right every day. You know, and I think you can extend your life somewhat longer. But really and truly, when it gets down to it, you know, it's, you know, it can wear out at any time. Now, we could get political and say some of the things we're doing today is the causes of some things. I don't know. I just know that it feels like that some younger people are passing away that, you know, that for sudden reasons. We hear more about blood clots now than we've ever heard before, or I do. Maybe it's the medical profession is becoming more aware of those things. I don't know. It's just, you know, I can say that my mom never had any kind of injection. You know what I'm talking about. As far as I know, she never had any virus. I mean, if she did, she never showed any symptoms, I'll put it that way. I mean, even when I had it, she never once showed a symptom. Of course, I would make sure I stayed in my room with the door shut as best I could. And, you know, then she was fine. She was walking around doing just fine. So, I mean, I don't think my mama ever had that. I don't think she, and then again, like I said, she never had any kind of injection. She's not had one of those FLU injections in many, many years. So, I don't know. And I know I'm not supposed to say that word, those words. I'm sorry, y'all. It's just a habit. I don't mean anything by it. And I know only one of you mentioned that I need to quit saying it, but they think it's a sign that I doubt myself. I don't doubt myself. It's just, I don't want to come across like some people as a know-it-all, because I don't know it all. I used to claim in a joke, because I was a Bethany Frankel fan, you know, because on Housewives she would say, I know it all. And I would, you know, that kind of become my saying, but it was just me joking. And it's just like, you know, that guy, that name starts with a T, S-T. You know, he has this, for some reason, obsession with the Housewives. And evidently he doesn't realize that it's a reality series that is also scripted, and he takes everything they do as serious or something. I don't know. I mean, I don't. And I mean, they are told to bring out the most extreme part of their personality in these shows. You know, I can tell you right now, nobody's going to watch something that, I mean, they'll watch it for a little while, and some people watch it, you know, like the Hallmark Channel. But I mean, to really get out there and, you know, be a part of, you know, and television kind of caters to the younger people. There's got to be some drama. Now, sometimes I wish they could, and I mean, I don't watch the Housewives like I once did. You know, I started watching Orange County. I started saying Orange City, Orange County, and I don't know, I just started watching other stuff. As I've told y'all, my entertainment is still YouTube. And I watch YouTube because I just find it entertaining. I don't know why it entertains me more than regular series or whatever. You know, there's some series I can get into. You know, I know that Emily in Paris is back, and I've not watched that again yet. And like, you know, I would watch And Just Like That and Sex and the City. I was a big Sopranos fan. You know, I'm talking about old stuff now, but you know, I tried to get into Yellowstone and I couldn't get into it. I mean, I could watch it for maybe 30 minutes, but as far as sitting down and watching every one of the episodes, I couldn't do it. I tried it several times and I would just get bored. And then I tried to watch Virgin River, and I did pretty good with the first 2 seasons, but after that I just kind of, I don't know, got off. I liked Outer Banks, and I don't know, I guess I liked Outer Banks mostly because they were supposed to be on the Outer Banks, even though I know they were filming in Charleston. But I liked that mystery with it. I do like mysteries, but I don't really, you know, if it's true crime, it has to really touch me in some way or another. Like the case in South Carolina with the preacher's wife, that one kind of had it touched me because I was familiar, of course, with Myrtle Beach, and you know, I'm not going to get into that, but let's just say I know what it's like to be manipulated by a preacher, and I know not all preachers are like that. So anyway, that's just kind of what hit me. I don't really know what's going on now. I've kind of lost track with it. You know, probably nothing. You know, probably nothing. Unless he does something again, or they get him with tax evasion or something. I don't think anything happened to him. I don't know. I saw something this morning about something about a shooting in London, Kentucky. I don't know exactly what that is. I know that JLR investigates, I think his name was live, but I didn't look at it, just didn't want to watch that. I slept very well last night, I believe, but I did have on the TV, it was a marathon of Skip and his wife that does the live shows from the villages. He also does the weekly news for the villages. You know, he talked about someone writes that script and then he just reads it off. And so I like to watch them. I do watch them. I will listen to them live. I don't watch them. Sometimes at work, if I'm doing something that I can just listen, I will listen to the video live that they do from the villages. You know, I find the villages fascinating for whatever reason. I did watch that show that was on Prime, or that short series, movie, docu-series, whatever it was. And I didn't like it at all. It was too depressing, I'll put it that way. And I don't believe, you know, in the villages or any kind of over 55 community, there's going to be happy stories and depressing stories. But why did they have to bring them all depressing? Or to me, it was presented as depressing. You know, the one woman that was by herself, you know, and she was, you know, falling for one of the single men that she was friends with, but he wasn't, you know, showing the feelings toward her other than friendship. She was, wow, the flea market's packed. Wow. Have to tell Dave about that. Anyway, that might be something we go back to doing. I don't know. There'll be some stuff that if we ever, you know, no matter what happens, and I hate to, I'm getting back off again on something else, but, you know, you have to think about what the future holds when I end up being by myself. And I mean, no matter what, sooner or later that will happen, unless, you know, I mean, we don't know that, but, you know, I think God tells us we have to think about the future. Oh, Lord, Vicky, shut up. Let's get back to what I was talking about, whatever that was. I will stop the video and I'll be back, and it'll probably be, I'll end this video, this one, and then do another one. And, you know, I may get up 10 videos today like Tim. I don't know. So I'm going to shut up right now and come back to another video in a minute. Love you. Bye.